Okay, the project consists of 8 activities A to H, and the table below shows the immediate predecessors and also the earliest starting time. So this is, if we think about this in our boxes, we've just been given the earliest starting time, so the first one there. And it is known that activity G has a completion time of 3 hours. So we didn't get told all the rest how long they go for, but we know that obviously when we have our G activity, it has a completion of 3 hours. The project can still be completed in minimum time if activity C is delayed. What's the maximum length of delay for activity C? So we probably it's the last question, and we're probably best to draw a diagram of what's going on here. So I'm going to start with that. So we've got A and B have no predecessors. So I'm going to pop them in here. So that's A and that's B. And remember, we don't know much information. We don't know how long they go, except we do know the earliest starting time, which they're giving. So I'll pop them in, 0, 0. Then we see that C comes from A. So I've got C. C. Then I've got, so I've done these ones. I've got D comes from B. So I'll draw D in, done. E comes from C. So there's E, and I could keep on adding the earliest starting time, so maybe I'll put that in. So for C, I'll draw my little box. So this one would be C. The earliest starting time for C is 4, so a 4 goes in there. So that way we actually know activity A is 4. Not that it matters, but just to, so you know. And activity D has an earliest starting time of 12, so this one would be 12. And then if I pop in what happens for E, E has the earliest starting time of 15, so I've done that one. And F comes after D, so I've got F, and F has the earliest starting time of 19, and then G comes from E, so I've got G, and if I put in the earliest starting time for G is 27, and then I have H comes from F and G, so I'll pop that in there. I've got H, and I know the earliest starting time for H is 36. Okay, so what else did they tell us? They did tell us that activity G has a completion time of 3 hours. So I know that's 3. So if I look, if the earliest starting time for G over here, which they did tell us, was 27. If I do 27 plus 3, that means if I went that way, it would be 30. So I can see, but it's not at H, it's at 36. So if I do 36, so we've got here, there's actually, we've got excess of 6, we can wait for 6 minutes here, okay, because it's leading from F. F starts at 19, and so we know that F must be, it must have 17, because this number we have to get 36, so 19 plus 17 equals 36. So this is, from using F is the critical path. So therefore, we've got 6 hours up our sleeve. So C can be delayed. So the maximum length of the delay of activity C. So C can be delayed up by 6 hours. We can wait before that gets done, because G doesn't need to has 6 hours wait. And the reason we can change C as well is because the critical path has come along here, so it means there's only one way it would have gone that way. So that's the critical path. So if you're not changing anything on the critical path, you're not going to change the minimum completion time.